Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh. I had so many technical difficulties this morning between the camera on my phone and Zoom and everything else. But I am here. I have my tea. Do you have your beverage of choice? And we're going to have some fun playing today. I'm going to do a feminine card for you, and then I'm going to recreate it as a masculine card. And I'm using my favorite stamp set right now. Hey, Chuck. Oh my gosh, I am in love with those chickens. You know, I say that every time I do something. I use a stamp set and I say, this is my favorite. And I think it's whatever I'm using at the time is my favorite at this point. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Did any of you get the truck bundle? Let me tell you, there was such a glitch yesterday in Stampin' Up. First, it was available, then it wasn't. Then it was available again, then it wasn't. And now it is. They had some kind of glitch in the system that said that the punch, but this punch was available, but not the stamp set or the bundle. Well, it's back in as of last night. Now, I didn't check this morning, so I don't know. I'm debating on it. I guess it's because it's something different. It's not flowers that I'm drawn to it, but I have to see how I can use it. So I'm debating. I've seen some cute cards done with it. Most of them were Christmas cards. So we'll see. I'm thinking there might be a chance to do some fall ones with it. So I may be getting it. I debated about using it in a class because I don't like to do flowers all the time. My ladies want some other things. So I look for other things to use and stamp sets that are a little different every once in a while. So this month, we're doing the Cheerful Daisies, and I'm using the Cheerful Daisies stamp set today, but I'm also using the paper that's going to be in my class for next month. And I meant to grab the cards to give you a sneak peek and I forgot. But I'm using the Delightfully Eclectic DSP next month, and I'm pairing it with, oh, what did I pair it with? My bin is over here. Let me see real quick what I used with it. Oh, I use the Season of Chic with it because I know a lot of my ladies already have it. And it's a great one because with that paper, you can do just about anything. So I've done a beach card, a flower card, a leaf card, and then a general card. I didn't want to do the snowflake card because it's a little hot. Snowflakes would melt right now really fast. So that's what I'm using next month. So be looking for that advertisement to come out. I hope you guys are not out in this heat. Boy, the things on TV that we're seeing are just unbelievable. People dying because of the heat, hiking and all. And I'm thinking, what are they thinking? You know, stay inside. Not that it's something I like to do either, but at the same time, I'm not going out there if it's that hot. So if you have to go out, just play it safe. Take plenty of water. Don't overexert yourself. Keep yourself cool. Those kinds of things. So I see I've got a couple of people in here, so I'm going to get started. When you come in, say hello so I know you're here. I'm going to take one more sip of my tea. Well, maybe two, because I really like my tea. And we'll get started. I always move that way out of the way because if I don't, I don't know why I'm sitting down. All right, I'm going to pull my camera over. If I don't move that, it will definitely get turned over and ruin my projects. I've had that happen once, and I don't want to have it happen again. So let me spotlight my, okay, I gotta do just some slight adjusting. There we go. All right, like I said, the first stamp set that I'm going to use is the Cheerful Daisies. And I'm specifically using the 2 outlines and the 2 centers. And then I'm also using the daisies, the dies rather, the daisies. All right, I've got a big piece of paper here because I'm going to do some stamping and die cutting. And I'm starting with Petal Pink. The paper from the Delightfully Eclectic set that I'm using is this one. And I love the daisies on here. And if you don't have the daisies, you can very easily fussy cut them if you're into fussy cutting. If you don't like fussy cutting, then don't fussy cut. The dies don't fit this. I wish they did, because that would have been awesome. All right, I'm going to stamp my first one. And I'm just going to use the 2 outlines. There's a lot of pink on this card, so I thought just stamping the outlines would be good. And then I'm done with my pink. So I'm going to put that over there, and then I'm going to pull in my Daffodil Delight. All right, and I'm going to use my daffodil to stamp my center like so. And nope. And my other one here. I wish that one fit better. It doesn't. Maybe I stamped it in there wrong though. That could be it. Maybe I had to turn it more at an angle. Maybe the flat side should have been here. I just keep plugging away with it. All right, now I'm going to take and I'm going to cut these out. But the other thing I'm going to use, and I pulled it, oh, there it is, put it in the wrong spot, is I'm going to use, oops, that die. I love this die with these daisies rather than the flower, the leaves. So I'm going to cut out these. So let me get these cut out. I didn't get a chance to prep, so I'm sorry I didn't get it done, because now I have to do it. You have to wait. But one of those things, you know, we all have those days. All right. And I didn't figure out how this goes on ahead of time. There it goes. I usually try to know when I stamp it which way this has to go on, but I didn't today. All right, I'm going to have more trouble with the base than anything else. Ooh, the smaller one rather. I got it, I've got it, I got it, get it lined up. All right, let me run these through real quick. I'm going to run it back because that, not that the daisies need it, but that, I don't know what you call it, that branch is going to need it. All right, so I've got this. Very carefully remove my tape so I don't mess up my stamped image. All right, got those. Move this out of the way. And I'm going to now take this one out. And I don't think I can get it out of here again. I will try. But I don't think it's gonna come out. I've got a couple of pieces. Let's see. Can I get it out of here? No, I'm not going to chance it because I don't want to mess it up. I just love this fern thing. I don't know what it is. Does anybody know what this is called? Hey, Janice. Hi, Joy. I wished I knew what it was called. Oops. All right, got those cut out. Now I'm going to try some. Well, I guess you have to do it on the floor. Usually, if you've got something that's stuck in there, you slam this down, and it has to be from a distance, and all the pieces pop out. So I guess I didn't have it far enough away. All right, I've got my pieces. Now, let me start putting my card together. And let's see. All right. So I'm going to fold and burnish my card base. This is petal pink. I went with the petal pink because it matches the background. And then the other thing that I want to do, and I'm going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to get a towel. I want to do some splatters. So I'm going to put my towel down so my splatters go on my towel and not on my, how do I say it? Not on my mat. All right. Do you guys know how to do splatters? They're so much fun and they're so easy. All right. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp some ink on a block. I use a block. I know a lot of people don't, but I use a block. And I need some water. And I need some, I don't know, a water pen. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this really, really wet. All right. And then I'm going to take, okay, come on. There it goes. And I'm just tapping it against, and that's how you get those little tiny ones. And I'm going to leave that. I think that's good. You can do this with the paintbrush also. I just grabbed this because it was close. All right. I keep not getting, I may have too much water. No, there it goes. All right, got it. Okay. So, oh, now you have to be careful because you get this ink everywhere. I'm going to move those out of the way. I'm going to take my, oh, I guess I stained it. Okay. I'll wash it later to see if it works. All right, I'm going to just move these for a few seconds while I get this out of the way. You have to make sure you cover your area. A lot of people use a box. I don't have a box. I wished I did, but I don't. All right, now, the other thing that I'm doing is I'm using the Biggest Wish set. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to create not only the splatters, but I'm also going to add the word thanks with the ink all over the background. So let me open up my ink. So this is a great way to make a card. I'm going to make sure the bottom one goes the right way. I'm not too worried about the middle because that will be hidden. All right. So there we go. Now I've got a couple of spots here that I'm going to take my towel and blot because they're not dry. They were more water spots than anything else because the ink has dried. So there's that. Now this piece is going to go on here. And if you want to add some interest to this, you can sponge the edge, you can distress the edge. How many of you have that old tool we had several years ago? Oh, thanks, Joy. I will do that. That used to distress. It was like a ring and it had 3 things on it. I think I have mine somewhere. I have to go looking for it. But let's see. And all right, this is going to go on. And I think since I'm not doing anything to the edge of mine, you can also use the stitch rectangle dies or the deckled edge. We don't have the stitch rectangles anymore. I still have those, but I don't have the deckled edge. So one of those things. All right, I'm going to pull in my big roll of, excuse me, of foam tape. Now I've had this for several years and I decided I need to start using it. I will tell you, I used it in a video yesterday, day before, I can't remember which. I had so much trouble getting the back of this off. This is not a name brand because it was cheaper, but if you're willing to fiddle with the plastic on the back of this, then you're good. All right, I'm going to leave this because I'm going to need it for my next card. All right, let me get that out of the way. I burnished it yesterday and it's still, there's something about this. I don't know what it is. See, it doesn't want to come off. All right, if I use my fingernails, which I'm not supposed to do, it comes off easier. You just have to peel it. Just make sure it's burnished down. It was pulling away from the cardstock. I think it took me like 5 minutes yesterday to get it off. I ended up just fast forwarding through that when I edited my videos. I don't like, usually I don't have to edit much, but yesterday's was really long. Oh, I know it was. It's the one that's posted today for the card box series. Do you guys know I'm doing a card box series on YouTube? If you don't, you need to check it out. Okay, now when you put this down, there's no getting it back up. Make sure you put it down with the words going the way you want it to. All right, so there's that. This piece is going to go across the front. I'm going to flip it around. It looks upside down that way. And it's bigger than this piece, but not as big as the side. So when you put this down, you have to leave a little bit of space on the edge. All right, so there's that. Okay. And I'm just kind of centering it on that panel there. Oh, and I was supposed to do another piece behind it. It needs a white banner behind it. So let me grab my I'm just going to grab my trimmer and I'm going to cut one. Oops, can't go that way. It's not wide enough. Let's do 1.5 is, no, 1.5 is good. I'm looking at the wrong spot. No, maybe 2 inches. Yep. I'm going to make it 2 inches. And then this is how long? 5 3/4. So if I do 2 5/8, is that going to give me 2.5 gives me 5, 2 3/4, 2 7/8 will give me the banner for the other one. I'm going to cheat and make it a small banner. Hopefully it doesn't look too stupid. All right, now I have, let's see if my banner punch will work in here. This is a retired punch, but I'm telling you, I will never get rid of it because I love it. And this is way too big. I'm going to use too much of my stuff, so I'm going to pull it back and center it. Much better. I didn't want to lose all of that piece that I've cut in half trying to conserve. All right, this piece goes on top like so, and it's going to go down flat. Now, I'm not putting anything on this. If you want to emboss it, you can, just for some texture, but I'm going to put this down and It's kind of like this. Okay. All right, now we're ready to put our pieces on. And this is a great, simple idea. Now I'm going to use my glue and put, oh no, I'm going to use my glue dots. That will create a mess. Let me get a glue dot. I'm going to put it on the bottom of this. And I think I'm going to move this one up some, because then if I need to cut it off, oops, it's on my sheet. If I need to cut it off, I can. Well, it's not on my sheet. Oh, you got to put it where the glue dot is. Duh. There's the glue dot. Now we go. All right. This one is going to go on here. I'm going to leave just a little bit showing on that. This one, I can leave some more. And I'm going to put it out like so. Now, I'm not going to put these on because I'm going to add some ribbon behind it. So I'm going to use it like this. And I thought I had, now see, you could put a message there. I could put a small thanks up at the top. I thought I had petal pink ribbon. There's the petal pink with the lemon lime twist. I couldn't find mine anywhere, so I must have dreamed that. So I pulled in some of the 7/8 inch herringbone, no, 3/4 inch herringbone ribbon. Way too wide for me, way too wide. So I did this to see if it works, and it does. I'm going to take, and I'm going to deconstruct this. So I'm just going to cut it in half. And then I'll do my favorite thing with it. And I'm just going to cut the whole thing. This was a piece that I had cut before for another card. I love deconstructing my ribbon. It lets me use the size I want. Plus it gives me all these little pieces. Now I'm not going to use this piece because the whole thing could fray out. I will play with it and fray it beforehand. But this one has the edge. So I'm going to, oops, that's the edge. I'm going to take and I'm going to pull out some threads. Did you guys see? It was like 2 years ago that I love that ribbon too. And I would take and, right, I'm not going to pull anymore. I would take and fray it. And then I would take these pieces. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them and I'm going to hold the two together. And I'm going to go back and forth. I think I have enough. I'm not going to worry about this, but I used to take these and make a bow with it. Maybe I'll do that. Let me change it up. Oh, come on. Those pieces were sticking to me. I'm going to leave that there. All right. Now, oops, I've got some extra pieces. All right. I have an idea of how this is going to go. And, oh, Sharon, good morning. You're fine. Joan, it's fine. You didn't really miss a whole lot. We've just gotten started. All right. I think I'm going to change this since I don't have a sentiment and do mine this way. But I want to add my ribbon. So I'm going to take and I'm going to use a piece of tear and tape. I'm using up the last of this roll. And I'm going to put my tear and tape across like this. I know people who just do this, lay it down, and it looks fine. I stick mine down. All right, so I'm going to have that go that way. This is going to come this way. And this is going to come this way. Now I can trim these if I want. I'm going to take and add some dimensionals to the back of this so I can get them on my card. All right. I need to just take one of these and take and cut the whole thing and have the strips available rather than having to cut it each time I need it. I may have to try that and see. I'm going to add one in the middle just to play it safe. But see how much went in on this, because this is a small one. This would have been way too big on there. So adjust the size. And if you need to trim it, you can trim it. All right, give me one more here. All right. Now I'm going to take my backs off. And I'm going to see if I can put my trash can closer. I was over at my other table because I was working over there yesterday. I spent all day yesterday doing my cards. Hey, Angie, thanks. Oh, South Carolina, you're not very far from me. I'm in North Carolina. Hey, Betty Ann. All right, I'm going to add this piece here. Like I said, I spent all day long yesterday doing the cards for my class. Oh my gosh. I was brain dead by the end of the day. Betty Ann sent me a message. I could not understand what she was saying. I was so whipped. Okay, where's that little piece that didn't? There it is. The only thing you have to be careful is make sure you grab all your pieces when you pull this. That's too big. See, you're not wasting it by deconstructing it. And I think I'm going to add that little bow right there because I think it looks cute, and then I'll trim it. I love skinny ribbon. I wished we had more, but since we don't, I just take and deconstruct mine. Okay. And there's the first card. And isn't it a great thank you? This is a little too long, so I'm going to trim it. Now, when you do this, don't cut your other pieces. I want to cut my, that's better. Cut this one at an angle too, so it matches. All right. Oh, thanks, Carol. Thanks, Betty Ann. Hi, Carol. Glad to see you join me. So there's the first card. Such a cute card. But wait till you see the next one. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so excited about it. And I totally forgot to grab markers, so I will be grabbing it. So there's card one. Now I'm going to move this out of the way and I'll pull it back in. I need my piece of white. As I said, the next one I'm using the Hey Chuck, and I'm using this chick. Oh my gosh, he is my favorite. Thanks, Janice. Thanks, Sharon. I just love him. And I love coloring him fun colors. And then I also have the stamps, and I'm going to use a skateboard. He's going to be on a skateboard. I think the girls would love this. Now, this I'm going to, these, I've got two ribbons over here. I keep grabbing. I'm going to move them way out of the way. I'm going to ink him up in Memento. And I'm going to stamp him. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the skateboard. All right. So there we have it. Now I've got to get some markers. I know what I'm doing for the skateboard. I'm going to use Lemon Lime Twist with black on this. So what color should I stamp him or color him. I'm going to grab Lemon Lime Twist, but what other color should I color him in with? So let me grab my Lemon Lime Twist. Oh, cool. I can't use Lemon Lime Twist. I don't have an alcohol marker for it. Oh, darn, darn, darn. So what color? I'll color this. What color should I use? This is what I'm using. What color should I color him in? Give me some colors. This is basic gray. All right, like so. And I had a silver. Here it is. I have a silver jelly roll. Let's see if this still works. Oh, yes, it does. I'm going to color the wheels in silver so they sparkle. All right. Any ideas for coloring him in? Let me see. Oh, the other issue I had is I went to my color. My color lab or create ink color lab. And I don't know how to get in touch with them, but there's a, the Misty Moonlight. I tried for an hour yesterday before I realized it's not working. It wasn't me. It was just the Misty Moonlight. Okay. I'm looking on there to see what colors. Most of the colors they've got with it are older colors. Anybody got any ideas? They've got like fresh figs, sweet sugar plum. Those would be cute with it, but all of these. All right, let's try. I can't do Misty Moonlight because it doesn't work. But let's try Blueberry Bushel and see what comes up. I'm thinking Blueberry Bushel. Do I have a Blueberry Bushel alcohol marker? No, I don't have that one either. Darn. Well, I have Misty Moonlight, but that's not, I don't think that's bright enough. Let's do Gorgeous Grape. See what comes up. Oh, maybe Gorgeous Grape is another one that's not working. It's not coming up. I want a bright color. Let me see what I have. All right. I have Azure Afternoon. Let's try Azure Afternoon. Yes, I got some. So if I do him with Azure Afternoon, it says Calypso Coral. I have a Calypso Coral. I know I need red, so I'm going to grab red. I need one other color. Lemon Lolly. Do I have a Lemon Lolly? I think I do. Yes, I do. Okay, I got my colors. Yay. And of course, somebody's at the door and I have no idea who. Oh, I know who it is. Hang on. Sorry. I was doing my, I promised the lady next door they're going shopping. She has a friend down and they're going shopping. And I promised her I would let the dog out around noon. Well, I never heard from her. And I didn't have a key to get in. So now she comes and gives me the key. So I apologize. All right. Let's see. These crazy chicks need crazy colors. So I apologize for that. Okay. That means I'm going to do, oh no, I'm going to do the rest of this lemon lolly. So his body's going to be yellow and his feathers are going to be blue and orange. Ah, thanks, Carol. I appreciate it. All right. Okay. And I'm going to do the orange next. I did that wrong, the top one. I do this every time. There. Now, this, I'm going to do his bottom of his feathers orange and the top blue. I could see her car. That's why I knew she was coming to give me the key to let the dog out later. Oh my gosh, cute, cute, cute. Oh, not the right color. All right, now when you do this, you've got to kind of go back into it and blend it down so they blend together. All right. Oh, I know that feeling, Carol. All right, I've got these done. Time to cut it out and we can get this guy put together. All right, now I don't have ribbon for him. So I don't know what he's going to look like without ribbon. If you have any ideas, send them my way. I'm taking my time to make sure this thing is over here correctly and doesn't move on you. That was the other thing. I always tape it down. And yesterday, I taped it on one side. It was a flower. I taped it on one side, but not the other. And wouldn't you know it? It gave way and moved on me. So it was not a good day yesterday. But I got my cards made and they're cute. All right. I always have my cards made before the class this month so that the ladies can see what they're going to make next month. All right. Now, oh, I forgot. I got to do some splatters. So let me grab my towel, which is back behind me. All right. I'm going to try not to add as much water this time. Okay. Let me get my water. I have a block here. Come on. Have any of you noticed the Stampin' Up! Cardstock seems to be thicker? I don't know why, but it's just, I've noticed that it's thicker for me. And it's only some, it's not all of them. So it's interesting. Rid of that pink, that would not be too cool. All right, now here's my lemon lime twist. I'm going to add it. There's a sparkle on there, I think. All right, now this doesn't look like there's any ink on here. There it is. Yeah, it is. There's a piece of glitter on there. All right, here we go. I'm going to mix this up. All right, I'm going to get this. Maybe I should have used a paintbrush. Let me try a paintbrush. Have one over here. Not that, that's a stencil brush. Well, where did all my paintbrushes go? Let's try this. Well, I'm not having any luck with this. Darn. That one doesn't work. If you mess up. I'm glad somebody else says it appears to be thicker for some reason. All right. There we go. Maybe it's the oh, got a lot that time. Huh. Don't know why, but it worked. Just use the tip of a paintbrush. All right. Let me get this out of the way. I so love having a bathroom right here. It's a half bath. I had it done when I built the house. So, all right, now for this one, because this chick is just too cute. He couldn't be thanks. He's going to be hello. I got to hit the edges. And I'm not too worried about which way they go. All right, there. Okay. Now I can put this together. I'm just going to dry this a little bit. And I'm going to put foam tape on it. Now, this piece of paper is from the Delightfully Eclectic paper. That is pretty paper, but I needed the black and white. I needed the black and white. The flower would have been cute, but not for these chicks. He needs some wild and crazy paper, and I use that. So, all right. Carol, I can't believe you're here watching if your son is getting married. I would think you've had 50 million things to do, but you're not the mother of the bride, so maybe not. All right. There we go. All right, got that. Now let's see if I can get it off as easy as the other. The other came off. Got, what the heck is that? I got a piece of fuzz in there. Got it. All right. Any ideas for the ribbon? Oh, this one's going to be difficult. Okay. Okay, there we go. Finally. All right, I'm going to bring this one in so I can see. All right, this guy goes on next. Yeah, but still, I would think there would be so much to do, but maybe not. All right, and I'm off slightly on my panel. There's more space here than there. That's okay. All right, now this little guy is going to go on with dimensionals, but I have to do my banner first. Oh, well, it won't go in if it's closed. Force of habit, closing it up. And I'm going to pull it back. And I'm using the corners. If I'm off a little, I can trim. Oh, no, I'm not. Yay. All right. This piece goes on. And it's just enough to break up the color. But all right, I'll put him on. And then we can talk about. Oh, well, that's good. My dimensionals. All right, I'm going to put one here, one here, one here. Oh, the other thing, once I got my video, I'm going to get a strip for that. Once I got my video recorded and edited, it took me forever to upload it to YouTube. I finally just went to bed and said, forget it. And I left it going. Because once I make a video, I edit it and then I save it to an external hard drive so that I can then go back and transfer it to YouTube. If you upload straight to YouTube from your computer or an external hard drive, it takes, straight from your computer, it takes it 3 times as long. Well, you're doing good, Carol, if you're trying not to stress. All right, I'm going to put him, let's see. I'm going to make sure he comes in far enough. I'll put him right about here. All right. I'm going to stick him on like so. Should have come down just a little bit. That's all right. He looks like he's standing on it. Now, does this need something else? I don't know. I think it does. What's in the stamp set? Well, I've got the fence that I could put on there. Let's try that. I don't have to color it. I don't like any of those sentiments, so I'm not going to use those. All right, let's see. Let's stamp it in crumb cake. Now, I hope I don't mess this up. If I do, it'll go to one of the girls. I'm going to take a scrap piece of paper. Whoops, there goes a die on the floor. I'm going to butt it right up against there so it doesn't go anywhere else but here. Oh, poo. I rocked it. One of those things. That helps a little, but it's still. I need to find something. Do you have any gems? What about linen thread? I tried this the other day and I didn't do well with it. These these things. Nah. About it here. Nope, that doesn't work. I'm not liking it. I'll have to figure out if I need something on there. Let me try my sand eraser and see if I can get that off of there. It's light enough, it might work. At least I can make it lighter so it's not as visible. Isn't it great to have all these tools to fix our mistakes? All right, I'm going to leave it because I think I pressed too hard. All right, there are the 2 cards for today. I need something on that one. If you got any ideas, send them to me. Let me know. All right. Same layout, feminine and a masculine idea. I like the feminine one. I had a good idea with this, but I don't know why it's not working. Oh, thanks for the hearts, guys. All right, let me get ready. I'm pulled over my tea and I'm going to remove the spotlight. All right, I'm gonna. And I'm gonna spotlight there. Oh, thanks, Betty Ann. You're too kind. The masculine one needs something. I'm not certain what. I was going to, and I didn't, and maybe I will. In the die set for the chicks, there's a sun, a half a sun. And I thought, oh, that would be nice with it, the half a sun. So I may try doing that and seeing. Maybe I'll hide that. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to cut the sun out of yellow and I'll put it right there. I didn't like the fence. So that's what I'm going to do when I get off of here. And then when I post it, you'll be able to see. But I'm hiding the fence as best I can. But I think that adds a little bit more to it. All right, ladies. Well, everything's fallen now. Oh, well, thanks, Sharon. I wanted it masculine. I don't want it frou for the guys. But I'll be honest with you, Zoe would like this. She's not a girly girl, not at all. Remy is the girly girl. She's my girly girl. She loves to dress up and all that stuff, but she plays soccer too. So thanks, Carol. So she's my girly girl, and Zoe is not. She's just like her mother. Her mother, oh my gosh, when they did 5th grade graduation, I went round and round with her about what she was going to wear. She did not want a frilly dress. I tried everything. She ended up with a top and a skirt. That's the only thing, because I said, you're not wearing old clothes. You got to get something new. So now Remy, on the other hand, Michaela, on the other hand, she was my girly girl. So Jess has the same thing, one that is and one that isn't. All right, ladies, I hope you have a great weekend. I will be live Monday in the customer group. Not sure what I'm doing yet. I always kind of get an inspiration the day before. I love these people who can plan ahead of time. I can't. So we'll see what happens, and you never know what I'm going to do. Have a great weekend. Bye.